Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that was Final Fantasy Tactics Overclock Remix Trichotomy. We are live here at the Oxlandia Broadcast Service. With me right now is Whacker.
Hello?
Oh, wait, let's make sure we can hear the Whacker. Speak again.
Hello?
Ah, there he is. Excellent.
Hi.
And today, we are continuing our playthrough of Final Fantasy Tactics. One Mr. Breakdown and one Mr. Andy Van should be joining us. We may have a brief visit from Misfit and later from Lictor, but that will be all who are joining us today, at least as far as I know.
Share your screen, sir.
Ah, yes. All the details that we oft forget.
Details.
Yes. But first, the game must be launched. It rises.
Another great game of Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh!
Oh my.
That's right.
A wild breakdown appears.
Haha. And I didn't even have to send you that reminder you asked for. Okay, there we go. There we go. So got the volume back up to where it should be. Let me make sure my Discord volume is all good while it continues loading us a story. Let me give you guys a little bump here. But yes, we are continuing, essentially, the Japanese-English War of the Roses simulator. And with me today are Breakdown, the captain of all truckers, and Whacker, the, well, I don't know what Whacker is, but he's Whacker, and we love him.
I don't know what I'm in charge of exactly.
That is a very cursed intro. Assuming Whacker.
What?
Now, let's keep it PG-13. R-rated if we're doing war crimes, but...
Yeah, this is a family fucking friendly stream, damn it.
Yeah, you're a grown-ass man-child, act like it.
You could grown-ass... Yeah. Storm.
Yes?
Share your screen.
Did I not? Oh.
No.
You did not. I had to fire up Twitch, so I'm going to be watching Twitch chat. Hey, chat!
Thank you.
I am one of you.
Yes.
You're one of us.
I see you haven't set up your technical difficulties screensaver yet.
I have, I just haven't set up my quick keys. So,
Anytime you minimize your screen, you should activate.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to do that quick key. So, yes. Alrighty. So we are continuing from where we left off last time. There's a cutscene, which is why I didn't end up grinding in between sessions, so here we go, cutscene.
Oh, please allow us to read our own characters, please.
I will, however,
if you're in that much of a hurry, please state it before the stream starts.
Yes. However, this is a voiced cutscene.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Do you think Tetra might be watching this same sunset?
Don't worry, Delita. I'm sure she is well.
Something's been bothering me, Ramza. For some time now.
Argoth's words trouble you. Am I not right?
There are things beyond the power of our changing, Ramza. Try though we might.
Do not say that. If a thing can be endeavored, it
will endeavor grant me an army? I would save Tetra with these hands, if aught were in my power to do. But I cannot. 'Tis my meager lot in this life.
really love the art they did for this game.
Oh yeah, the kind of like it looks like a hand drawing, but it's still animated.
Yep.
It's almost like a Studio Ghibli movie.
A lot, yeah.
Do you remember, Ramza? When your father showed us how to make a whistle of a blade of grass?
Title screen: Brokeback Mountain. No.
Oh God.
Wrong game, sir. Wrong game.
Yes. But right idea. So, the last battle was a bit hard on us, so I'm going to do one grind round, and then we're going to continue our story.
We should level one level. I have a personal rule with most JRPGs. If I have any kind of combat and lose any kind of health, gain 5 levels. Or
Yeah.
until combat becomes ineffective at a grind.
Like, I'm not going to try to remove the challenge from what we're doing. However, I do want to
The
make...
Black Knight would say otherwise. The Black Knight is a challenge gap that no matter how much grinding, I have never been able to fully debuff that fucking battle. Like, holy shit.
Mhm. There are ways and there are ways. I shall show you the ways.
Speaking of
I
ways,
shall show you
and-
the way.
Yes.
The way of the sword.
ways and means. Have you issued the formal Bachal to Diggle-chan, and has he accepted?
Not formally. We've joked about it. He seems, to be willing to play ball with that game, but he's also really busy right now, so... Whilst I must challenge him, I will give the poor man room to do his job.
That's fair.
I just realized that I need to chill the fuck out because I'm trying to spin myself in my chair in my hotel room.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I am sitting on my knees in a hotel chair trying to do 360s.
Spinny, spin, spin, man.
Indeed.
Okay,
Good news.
so the
My
absolute
primary
no-
truck might be ready Monday.
That's amazing.
Yay, the
So-
body work might be done according to my DM.
So, you know the secret that this level has, Storm, for min-maxing?
Yeah,
characters?
like, I may do that in off time. I'm not going to subject our viewers to that.
Please explain.
So there is, in this level, an area, a trap, that when you hit it, it actually takes XP away and can do so to the effect of actually lowering your level. People...
No, it straight up removes one level no matter what level you're at.
Yeah, and, well, it depends on if you're doing the War of the
What?
Lions version or the Tactics version. But what is funny about that is stat gains that are gained from job leveling up and not class leveling up are kept. And so people will de-level a character and then re-level them in order to
Oh, no.
make sure they have, like, idealized
Oh, no.
stats and weird shit like that.
Yeah, it's worse than that. So each class, each job class gains certain stats like strength and
Yeah,
magic points and all that shit, right?
yeah.
Well, there is effectively one combination. So what you do on this level is you can essentially level your guys all the way up to 99. And then what you do is you you do it in a class that's got really good stat gains, like Mime or something like that. Okay. Then you change their then you change their job class to the one that has like the worst stat gains, which I think is actually.
Oh, yeah.
And then what
Sorry,
you
back
do
up,
is-
back up. I missed the name because Stormy reacted. What was the worst one?
I believe it's Chemist has the worst stat gains.
Mm-hmm.
So you level yourself up to 99 as an amazing class with good stat gains. Then you change your class to, I believe, Chemist is the worst one. And then you start this particular map, and you just start a train, and you keep guys running over that de-leveler trap. Because again, this is War of the Lions, and that trap takes one level off period.
Yeah.
And you can level yourself all the way back down to 0. But the thing is, when it does the stat gains or removal, it'll do it based on whatever job class is. So you can level yourself up with something like mine, where you get insane stat gains, change class to something that's shit, level yourself back down to 1, and then rinse and repeat.
Yep.
So effectively, you can like massively max out your stats. I think the only one that you really can't is like
You can't do it to the baseline things like Brave and Faith.
and I believe that even with like the best and worst character classes, which is Mime and Chemist, if memory serves, the Chemist still gets better MP gains, so you'll have a character that's like max everything except MP.
Yeah.
You'll still have a lot, but it won't be like nearly as good as anything else. But yeah, you can basically make like turbo murder machines doing that.
Yeah. Now, I'm all for, like, idealized build... Oh, sorry. I'm all for, like, idealized builds, but that gets a little too... for me.
Oh, yeah.
So, input humor. I can't wait for my character to get throw, because I have the impulse just now to throw a boot at someone.
Oh my god, that's technically possible in this game.
Yes, it is. You can throw equipment.
And
I
some
know
of the
that for a
equipment...
fact because I got real salty at someone. I threw a goddamn sword, and it killed him. I was like, no.
Hey, am I late?
You're late.
It's fine.
Oh.
Welcome in. Everyone, this is Andy Van. He was meaning to join us from the beginning, but he was caught up with some work stuff over the past few weeks. And we are currently doing a grind fight just to get a little extra XP before the next story beat.
Nice. Throw a rock at him.
There ain't
Funny enough,
nothing
we were
wrong.
just talking about throwing equipment, because in this game you can throw literal equipment at somebody. So I would
yeah.
keep a small amount of boots on hand.
That's
You have made me salty enough that I hit you with a boot.
That's a ninja skill, I believe.
Yes.
But yeah, when
Actually,
I played this
I
game,
do believe it's chemist. I do believe it's chemist. 'cause
Well,
I
that
forget
was a
throw.
mistake.
did you cast fire on the bomb?
Yeah, I didn't cast fire. I hit him with a fire stave.
Oh. I was going to say to turn in your Final Fantasy card.
Yes.
Ah, bombs. The game character that brought anxiety to gamers before the creeper.
Yeah.
It's gonna blow! Oh my god!
What the fuck? Boom! So, Andy, as with the others, we have, of course, here in the game that you can see our Knight Breakdown, our Oracle Whacker, and our Black Mage Misfit. So, do you want me to make you a character, or are you going to be one of my monsters that I capture later?
I'm trying to think. So the Oracle, is he going to be the healer? I'm trying to remember exactly what Oracles did. Were they the one that tamed? No.
No. I'm working him up to where he can tame eventually. But we're not quite there yet.
So I am happy to relinquish that class to you, because my primary demand is that I wish to be a bomb class unit, and I'm just going to go around the battlefield exploding.
I think it would be nice to be like a healer / time mage. Because haste is very useful.
Yeah.
I have always stated I wish to use a gun.
I can actually make equipping guns possible for you, so we'll see
That's
about
right.
that.
I know that for a fact. That's why I say this, because I've done it and I do it every time I play.
Yes. So we will make
Yeah.
make you a geomancer with a gun.
I don't know why everybody thinks I want to be a geomancer. I've stated before, I wanted to be a monk with a gun. So I become a gun monk.
I mean, we could do the gun monk too. Mostly it was a matter of
Redneck.
making you as redneck as possible.
Geomancer is not redneck, for crying out loud.
It's a dude that
Yeah,
lives
it-
out in the sticks and takes advantage of the sweet terrain.
You just make me a geologist.
That sounds more like a druid, if anything.
I mean,
Exactly.
what is a druid but a medieval redneck?
No, druids
I've
are
always
hippies.
stated that I don't like druids, at least playing them at least.
Mhm.
Druids are hippies, man.
Now, I would play a druid as a character type who is an extreme army man.
This is
He
fair.
is army by the book, literally to the T, and then he's just unironically a druid.
Yes.
So,
These two things don't go well together.
I kind of have a
Ah,
question
shit.
I wanted to ask. Uh-oh.
He pulled a whacker on me.
That right there. Yes, sir. That's how it be do.
Haha. You've proven
So-
useful.
We went
know,
from
this is,
6 watchers to 3, and I'm one of the 3.
It's
So
okay.
this is the world of Ivalice, right?
Yeah, Ivalis.
Ivalice. And there have been several games in this realm.
Namely,
And
namely Final Fantasy XII and its associated elements, as well as shit. What's that one called?
Tactics Advance.
No, it's a game that it came before all the tactics games that Square bought out and used the development team for. Vagrant Story.
Oh, I still haven't played that game.
Yes.
But my point is you'll learn. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but you know, it's. Do you think that this game is like post-apocalyptic, or like several hundred, if not 1,000 years in the future of, like, let's say 12?
It's actually in the past of 12, but it does strike strongly post-apocalyptic in and of itself, implying that there have been probably multiple like rises and falls.
Yeah, because
Seven
like,
World Wars.
In this game?
yes, because there's areas where they're like doing research and archaeology into like flying airships and guns and such. So I was wondering, like, it'd be weird if this was like not intended as a prequel, but you know, like this is, or not, you know, this is
We're in
after.
the Final Fantasy 10 and 10 2. One of my favorite fucking games ever.
Well, we technically won.
Technically one, but
What
yeah.
cost?
Well,
In
just
the
a
farms of the sergeants from Atlantis. Alright, who's not dead?
yeah. Exactly. Well, everyone survived to the end because no one died, but that was
Or is it standoff? Who's
I-
sound off? Who's not dead?
I
think it's
agree with
Standoff
your
who's not dead.
I agree with your assessment, Storm, that this is like a distant prequel to the 12 game.
well because in War of the Lions they added in 2 bonus characters, one of which was Balthier from 12, and he says, "I appear to have fallen into the past."
Ah,
Storm, go into White Mage for a second, please. I want to see something real quick.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just
There are 3 spells every wielder should have. And 2 of them are in White Mage.
I have Cure, Raise, Protect, Shell, and Cure 2, or Cura.
So,
What were
Protect and Shell is a mandatory. Raise is mandatory. What was Regen?
Regen is where you gain hit points over time.
It's
Yes,
like
I
a
know.
lower powered Cure 1 that's extended
Yeah.
duration.
I know, but that was one of the ones that I was interested in.
Mm-hmm.
It was 350 points, and then there was Holy. If Holy, if I remember correctly, that's the damaging spell.
Yes.
Yeah, that's basically white from Final Fantasy IV. But the thing is, if you equip it on a class that doesn't have good
eight.
good magic power, it's kind of shitty.
Yes,
Yeah.
but if you cast enough holy, you'll eventually nuke it.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you really want to cast it like 50 times when you could do something else?
Especially if you don't have the mana
No.
for it.
But if every party member uses it and you just ramp up your holy faith over time,
Okay. So she's
this
actually.
is where I
48 faith.
this is where
Yeah,
I
she's more
say
soldier.
everybody having holy is useful from time to time.
Yes. So we're gonna keep her there. So.
Hearing the background noise,
What background noise?
that is what I would like to hear. I am playing something in the background at the moment while watching the stream.
Ah, okay. Are you guys able to hear the game?
No, I have the
I-
game muted until necessary.
I could kind of.
Because
I
I'm
can
watching
hear
on
it.
Twitch.
In Discord.
Okay. If one of you could check the Twitch to make sure. Okay, so we're gonna keep him on Black Mage for a while.
Go all Donald Duck and cast Zeta Flare.
I'd say the game's kind of maybe a bit on the quiet side in the stream, but it's probably okay for you to leave it.
Okay. I'll let the audience
I
wants
mean,
to turn.
It's not like there's dialogue and stuff we're missing. It's basically, wacky.
Oh yes, all
explosions.
3 of us.
Yes.
You know, the death screams always kind of bother me just a little bit.
Yep. Oh.
The game that was throning before Games of Thrones.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of things that did Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones did. It was just the first one to really shock people.
Aha!
Yeah.
Goblins! Throw
Because-
a rock at it!
Yes. Or in the words of Tim, yes.
Goblin.
Yes.
Oh crap, that's a... Huh. Is there a technical term for a group of goblins?
I
An
believe
infestation?
I believe a troop of goblins, because they're known for screaming and having short attention spans and being really violent. I'd call it a TikTok of goblins.
Ah.
How dare you?
So going back to my Bullshido days, you know what a group of ninjas is called?
What?
A retard of ninjas.
I feel compelled to look this up. If you're lying,
I'm 100% not lying. That was a Bullshido thing. It's a retard of ninjas.
What is Bullshido? I know what Bushido is.
Bushido.
I know what.
Bullshido. It was a group of. It was basically an internet forum dedicated to like actual, like real martial arts, as opposed to like mall ninja, strip mall ninja, karate, and taekwondo LARPing that doesn't actually teach you anything.
Yeah.
How to get your ass beat.
It sounds like a play on words
Sir?
of Bushido and bullshit.
I mean, I got
Sir,
that part,
it's
but
called
yes.
a hedge. It's called a hedge of ninja.
No, it's called a retard of ninjas.
It's called a hedge.
Retard.
What about a hedge of retards? Well, I just killed the mood.
Is this
No,
shell?
it's not. That,
Or protection.
I'm just sitting here
Protect.
smiling because I know that I'm correct.
Dude, that guy's got a pyramid over his head. He's part of the Illuminati.
I feel compelled to remember the quote from Lamar from GTA 5. Pharaoh Illuminati bullshit.
Ninja, verb, third person singular, simple pretense ninjas.
Verb.
Present
Ninja. No, 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 no,
particularly
no.
ninjaing, simple past and present particular,
No,
ninjad or ninjad.
no, I need to make another correction breakdown. It's pronounced, the real pronunciation is Ninjer, Ninjer.
No, don't use the hard
Okay.
R.
J-A.
Sounds like something a redneck would say. You see that ninja over there?
N-I-N-J-A, comma D.
Ninjers. If
Your
Halls is out there
pronunciation
listening,
makes it
he
sound
will
like an
back me up on
insult.
this.
And speaking of ninja moments, y'all didn't see these 88 PPSHs I posted the other day, have you?
I don't believe so.
Look into
You
the
talking
chat
about-
chat of this stream.
You talking about the TU-2 that had the 8,000 machine guns in the bomb bay?
Yes. All angled forward, so when you drive over somebody, you get to shoot them with the drive-by.
It's almost like the Schrager Music Night Fighters, except it's down.
And meant for infantry. Or anything soft. Because, oh boy, that is a lot of machine gun.
Nom nom nom.
And the best
Bitch
part,
slap.
it just loads in. Yeah, the best part, it just loads into the bay.
I'd be curious to see actual reports of like how effective that was, because clearly it wasn't in widespread use, so it must not have been that effective.
Hey, it's Boogie Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yay. Come on. Yes!
Is even though I played this game hundreds of times, well, not that many times, but yeah, I wonder what
Played
stat
this
helps.
game at least once.
I wonder what stat helps with the charge speed.
It is actually, it's one of the hidden stats. But you can raise it up using Archer, Thief, and Ninja. I believe Lancer gives you some for it, too.
No, he doesn't.
Lancer. You mean Dragoon?
Lancer.
Dragoon or Lancer, because in one version, it differs between War of the Lions and the original release.
Really?
Yeah, because
Dragoon
the
used to be a-
originally release had a lot of kind of questionable translation choices, let's call it.
No,
I'm pretty sure it was Dragoon, because Dragoon was usually a staple in the Final Fantasy series. Heavily armored
yeah,
person that jumps a mile into the air.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they
and-
kind of renamed that to Lancer over time.
Yeah, it kind of became that Lancer was the fighting style, and Dragoon became the, like, prestigious version.
Ah.
Okay, we're gonna go over.
So I take it this is chapter 2 after the incident.
No, we are on our way to the incident. So,
I'll
yes.
keep my mouth shut.
Yes. For our audience, or anyone who may be joining us first time, we are amid Chapter 1. We have learned that not all is well in the land of Ivalice, and that, you know, some people are actually kind of big old mean jerk faces.
And for the record, Andy, I get that this may not be the correct pronunciation, but I also pronounced it Ivalice.
So it is, bleh. It's supposed to be pronounced like you're French.
Evil
Ooh la la.
Because, in the same way that, you know, like, when you make up what you think sounds like a Japanese name, but if you speak actual Japanese, you know it sounds like gibberish. This game was very much the same kind of thing of, a group of Japanese writers who weren't, primarily French speakers, kind of trying to create a French and German style fantasy setting.
Well, the
I
thing that I
remember-
liked from Final Fantasy 12 was how they gave what's her butt? Rabbit Girl. What's her name?
Fran.
Fran. They gave her an Icelandic accent. I thought that was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the weird kind of sort of objective they've always had with Final Fantasy, found a potion, was that they wanted to really capture the aesthetic of medieval European fantasy, but from their kind of more Shinto perspective. I don't know I don't know if it's even a conscious objective, but like when you think about it, a lot of times, like a lot of it is you can see sort of, this interpretation kind of stems out of their kind of spiritualism.
I think I remembered that Final Fantasy 16 might be a little more brutal than the other games.
They are speaking of such things. Now, I could kill this guy right away, but instead I will
Throw a rock at him!
prolong his suffering and throw a rock at my own teammate in order to, try to get experience points.
That's got to
That's
be one of
legit.
those weird existences as an NPC. I don't understand. They had me down on the last look, and then they just started throwing rocks at each other. Oh, God, it was horrible.
Colonel, Metal Gear. Whacker, could you... I'm an idiot. Could you go and announce in the abs that, we are
Oh,
live?
yeah. I'll do that right now. Yeah.
I forgot to make... Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, proceed to ask.
I was gonna say, is this the first color rendition of the goblins?
No, this is the second color rendition.
First one's green, right?
No, first one's, red. Like a pinkish red.
All right, because I was wondering, about that, because usually in lore, red cap goblins tend to be elite.
Mm-hmm.
Is a red cap goblin is a goblin that has soaked its cap in the blood of its victims.
Interesting. I've always wondered why sometimes they're called something like red cap.
Yes. Like, if there's a goblin you don't want to meet at the red cap, they're probably more outside it. Like, I read into the, I like reading into like actual lore of monsters, like D&D and stuff, and it's funny. Like gnomes, fairies, goblins, elves, they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Goblin means ugly elf.
Yeah.
And there are some stories of helpful goblins. Like there's one in the woods that like tells you, "Hey, you're gonna get lost here. Go away."
Yeah. A wild misfit appears.
Yeah, had to finish something up.
Yes. We are discussing the lore of goblins and how the red ones are theoretically more dangerous because they've bathed their clothing in blood.
The fuck have I missed?
Apparently a lot. That's what you get for not listening in school, boy.
Announcement
I'm the
has
black
been
mage now.
posted.
Perfect.
Oh, we have been having you praise Zorg quite frequently.
Yay.
The only time
Praise the Lord.
the only time we don't have you praise Zorg is when we have you praise Tex, who's apparently our god of artillery.
Ah,
You did
smart man.
raise Zorg to a bomb, though, so
That was kind of a
Amen.
mistake on my part.
To a bomb? Explain.
Okay, so there's a monster called a bomb in Final Fantasy, and they're healed by fire. And
they're
I relearned this the hard way.
My perfect pet.
they're
They
giant
used
balls.
explosions, and it was
Yes.
oddly,
Yes.
it was oddly effective.
Which is why I wish to be one of these in the game, because I can go around, be ugly, and fart gas explosion all over everything.
Yes.
Very much like real life.
You know, if they made a new Final Fantasy Tactics game, I think it would be interesting if they let you evolve the monsters instead of having to like breed new ones or something like that. Like,
Legally distinct
Final
final
Fantasy.
Pokemon Fantasy.
Final Fantasy Tactics Ultimate.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
because I think there's
I
like a
would do
blue
actually
bomb and a
any-
black bomb.
There was bomb, grenade, and
I think there's a few others. So let's see. We have a few things.
yeah, there are.
I mean, Final Fantasy is known to recycle enemies, just color change them.
Yeah. Well, that's common in games like they do it
Yeah.
in Super Metroid and the like. Okay, so we actually have some spare funds, so we are going to stock up.
On Phoenix Downs because you're gonna need that when you finally capture me.
Yep.
That feeling you get, you have 99 of everything.
It is an oddly good feeling for the obsessive compulsive like me.
Okay, so you remember me telling you about all the stat up and down stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I had a 12 megabyte spreadsheet for that.
Dear God.
Yes. Also, Rail is in chat. Hello, Rail.
Hey there, Rail.
Hi, Rail!
If it ain't the Disco Chicken
Rail
himself.
is here.
Yes. Rail is going to be one of our monsters when we get to it. He's going to be playing a... Ah! Well, I should have known.
Chocobo. He
Mhm.
shall be a Chocobo.
He shall be one of our chocobos.
Da, 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 da,
Da,
da.
da, 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 da.
God. Oh, it's in my head now.
Take
I
that!
really
I have
think
unlocked the shanty.
I really think SquareSoft would make a mint if they made like a Chocobo ranching game.
Yes.
Instead
All
of
right.
that Harvest Stella crap that they pushed out.
So for the people that we do have here tomorrow, Rail is going to be hosting us an insane Mario Kart game. Aiden is in chat. He is here to
Bravest aardvark ever.
he is here to identify us.
He is the bravest little aardvark there ever was.
It's a me,
I identify
Mario.
as a monk with a gun.
Storm, he has
It's
a request.
me, Luigi.
Yes. Hit us, Aiden. What's this request?
I didn't. What's the request?
We're not entertaining requests.
Oh, forgot
We're
that.
entertaining people.
I forgot they put up a speed up option in this. I shouldn't. You know when you press a button just because you're kind of like ADD and you want to press a
Hey,
button?
what do you want to be, Aiden?
Press X to heal. Press X to heal.
Okay, so you can be a human, or you can be, once we get to catching monsters, a monster of some kind.
He is a cat.
I think we should make Aiden a goblin.
No, I want to have something useful.
A cat!
Someone needs to be the legally indistinct Illithid.
Oh yes, because we have those in this game.
He said he wishes to be a goblin.
A goblin? Okay, I'll see what I can
Nice to
do.
be a goblin and
Well, what you could do is capture an early goblin and just keep like
Nope,
trying
too
to
late.
get older ones. Because Goblin Kick is one supposedly a more
Goblin
powerful
Punch.
monster moon later on. In Final
okay,
Fantasy.
okay.
Goblin
I'm
Punch.
trying not to. I'm trying not to make the joke that we were told to stop with.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, don't. We had a whole conversation on that.
Yes.
It was so perfectly set up. I kind of I want to say it so bad.
I know, but
So Aiden is affirming completely that he wishes to be a goblin. He's a great goblin, and he's going to be the best goblin that there ever was.
He wants to be not goblin. He wants to be a human thief.
No, he wants to be a goblin.
No, he says human thief.
No,
No,
he's
no, he said
specifically
goblin.
saying human thief. That's Rail. Rail wants to be a goblin thief.
I thought Rail wanted to be a chocobo.
Rail's gonna be a chocobo.
Rail is now stating he wishes to be a goblin thief. By
Okay,
name.
we'll go. Okay.
Rail is helping me get Aiden all torqued up. Aiden wishes to be a thief.
Hmm. This shall be. So we have a character
Make him a
here.
Lancer. Make him a Lancer. Just enjoy.
Well, Thief is part of the route to Lancer.
Nope.
Archer, Thief, Lancer, I believe, is the route in question. Yeah, our Black Mage hits back.
Hell yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. He
be that Halos boy.
So, from here on out, that boy shall use a baguette as a weapon.
Maurice, the baguette!
Does this mean I'm using a banana pepper?
Quite possibly.
Awesome. No. I'm using a bottle of Sweet Baby Ray's.
No, it doesn't exist yet.
Oh yeah.
Well, you think I made it?
You know,
I shall use Eagle Synchronization.
what we're doing to the local wildlife may seem cruel, but it's more humane than what PETA does.
I
I
mean,
ain't around yet.
Yes.
Just think of this like the Great
PETA just
Eagle,
straight up
except this
kills
is
all
a
the
great
pets it
chocobo.
supposedly
Wait.
captures.
Wouldn't we call it? Wouldn't we call it meta?
Shit.
In the words of a wiser ODST bag than I, shut.
Do you think there would be a group for the ethical treatment of monsters?
Yes.
No.
No.
I
There
mean,
definitely would be. People are that messed up these days.
Or is this world a little bit on the lines of Goblin Slayer for people who would know better?
Hey. If it's Goblin Slayer, I'm doing the Lord's work.
So, what would goblin taste like? Actually, no. Let's get.
No, we're not opening up that can of worms. Stop that.
What would chocobo taste
the
Alright,
Black
you know,
Pants. Or sorry, the auxiliary does not endorse cannibalism.
Well,
But
I
I'm not a
would.
Goblin-
chocobo. That's not cannibalism.
Yeah. When it comes to humanoids, I'm usually against it. Now, chocobo, probably like ostrich or turkey.
Oh yeah. Chocobos are they're foul.
So, what does it taste like?
Probably chicken. Probably turkey actually, because it's a muscly bird.
Yeah, it probably would be
Rail.
tough.
I'll go
Rail.
Unless
with
they
that.
have.
We need to know. Is a chocobo an ostrich or a turkey?
A wild rage
You said
toaster
it's a
appears.
magic chicken.
Actually, there's a 1980s, I believe, movie of Final Fantasy where the chocobo, I think, is just featherless, the big old pink bird thing.
Oh yeah, that one anime.
No.
But yeah, I love chocobos.
People eating tasty chocobo.
We have
Yes!
8 people here. We're succeeding, people. We really are succeeding.
You just praised Zorg pretty hard.
Oh
See, now you're gonna find out what roasted chocobo tastes like.
Hey, I need to try the barbecue chocobo. I must
can
find
do
out.
that. Yep, I'm down with that. 100%.
Okay, so there's a character I'm going to try to rename, because I started developing these two characters. They were sort of the pre-gens, and that will become Mr. Aiden's Thief Boy. We have to figure out how to rename Friedrich to Aiden, which I believe I can do with Game Shark, so...
Ah. Are you playing like an original PS1 Final Fantasy Tactics?
No,
Yes, he is.
PPSSPP.
Ah.
This is
But
the
wait. What words did you just put in?
PlayStation
PSP.
Oh my
One.
god.
It's just a PSP.
PlayStation Portable.
Don't
Ah.
question it.
Now, you can purchase Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Line on a mobile device.
This
Yes,
is
you
true.
can.
PlayStation Portable. That's what it's called. PSP.
I just
have
really
Pretty
like
said
being...
PSPP.
Look,
PlayStation Portable Port.
the poison is
No.
stored in Breakdown's blood veins.
No, this is an amazing.
Oh,
I
Rebirth got
do
angry.
not
Got it.
store poison.
No,
you do.
but that's where the cat decided to store it.
He made you a litter
No.
box, man. Just accept it and move on.
I wonder, in Final Fantasy Tactics, I think in the newer one they fix it, but the older one, did they make it where anyone can wear
Trezor.
a ribbon or only the female characters?
So no, in the original it was only the women and Cloud Strife can wear the ribbon.
Wait.
For obvious reasons.
Brains
Don't
broken now.
question it. If
No,
you
it's
never played it.
It's because in Final Fantasy VII, ribbon was not a gendered item. And
That's
s-
why.
and so then as a result, you never saw like what do you call it? You never saw
Tifa in a ribbon.
Well, no, well you could have Tifa wear a ribbon, you could have Barrett wear a ribbon, etc. And so they decided to have Cloud be able to, but then people were like, well, is that because Cloud's a cross-dresser? And it's like, you know what? Headcanon away, my dude.
Yeah.
Well,
in
it's funny
typical
that-
Final Fantasy games, the ribbon is probably one of the best accessories. It basically
It's almost always the best accessory. And the funny thing about 7 was, even though the ribbon itself was not a gendered item, they did have gendered body armor. Like
Yeah.
the Minerva Bustier was
Mhm.
obviously women only.
Yep.
Huh.
But yeah, so like an example of if you played the original PS1 version of this, some of the weirder, what do you call them, translation choices included like, instead of Knight Gallant, which is how they translate what Barbeneth or Ramza's father was, they called him a Heavenly Knight. In this, there's a line where it's like, gods are but for men, yes, beasts no. Whereas in the original he said beasts have no god. So it's like they, in trying to make it sound more Shakespearean, there were a lot of moments of like interesting wording choices where it was technically correct, it wasn't English, but it's still not how we would have said it, and it wasn't like Old English sounding.
It's hard to translate.
I remember the houses were named different. Like I think the houses were like Hokaigen or something like that. But
So what it was the Hukuten and the Kokuten instead of the Knights of the Northern Sky and the Knights of the Southern Sky.
yes.
Which, I mean,
Also,
yeah. You first.
just Rail pointed out that there's a support skill in Tactics Advance and Advance 2 that allows you to wear the ribbon, and which also reminded me in 12 that the job board or whatever the heck it was,
Yeah.
ribbon was its own distinct thing on the job board as well.
Yeah. Because they're usually like a high-powered item, all things said and done.
Yeah,
Always
it was
keep
in
a
12.
certain number of personnel around just to run the job board.
Yep.
It also helps if they're a balanced party.
Yep. It also helps when this goblin's just like, what's going on?
I hit you! Ha ha ha! Hit you get! Jesus Christ!
White mage.
The humans are insane. You killed everybody
Always-
I know. They started throwing rocks at each other.
Always have a black mage.
Why
a
are
white
you
mage,
reaching
and a
for the
time mage
sky?
anytime you need to raise a
You can't touch that. You're not tall enough.
Yep. Not as tall. If he dies because one of the mages counter tackles him, I will laugh my ass off. Oh, just short.
So, oh my god, he is too short.
He's just tall enough to be considered a mook for the job.
Throw a rock
Rush
at
him.
him.
Stone him.
He took the Lord's name in vain. Throw
Okay,
a
so
rock at him.
so Friedrich here will become Aiden once I learn how to hack the names.
Federica. Claudia.
Now you know
I
what would
see a
be a
knight.
good game
Right.
a good game to play after this thematically. Battle Brothers.
Ooh. I might be going through like the ogre games or something like that. Now,
The ogre would probably be the better one.
Tactics Ogre.
yeah. Now the other thing there is I may actually sacrifice this slot to another idea I had, which is to do a world building stream where we build a
Ah.
D&D setting for the Orcs.
Where we bring in our wonderful, like, madman of a DM, Techie.
Well, not just techie, but think of the people in our group who really focus on world building. Like, we have
Me occasionally.
Mary, we have Kuzra, we have Lictor.
You have me who
There was
helps run reality against it.
There was that one time me, Techie, and Lictor combined created our own campaign in Star Trek. And all I asked Techie was, "Hey Techie, would you please give me a skill check? Can you repair a plasma conduit in Jeffrey's tube number 3?" That was a great conversation to have while behind the wheel. It's like, "Hey, could you do me a skill check?"
Yes. We're going to have a brief pause, ladies and gentlemen, because I just realized Chad is not updating on the video.
Uh-oh.
Chad is not updating on the video.
Because I... One second, I'm having to figure this out.
Well, give me one moment as well. Be right back.
You know what? We're gonna pop out this chat instead. Or our...
Angry storm noises intensify.
I am currently rescuing a bunch of random pirates while playing Pirates of the Black Flag.
I am playing Front Mission DS.
To be fair,
Good one.
I just got done building a Warhammer 40k up for Arma 3.
Okay, there we are.
My brain hurts.
Because I want to immortalize our conversations. They're good conversations.
Oh no. Scary.
So you have finally controlled F4, as Rage the Toaster once said.
Quite possibly.
Wait. I just realized this. Is Rage Toaster just someone missing against for their namesake? Because if it's Rage Against the Toaster, I want to know why.
No, he's someone who's part of the Mechanicist. And he's found the mythical Rage Toaster.
We aren't going to talk further about that, because I know where I'm going with that.
I mean,
going to a very
I
fiery,
occasionally
warm
rage
place.
against my toaster because it doesn't always produce consistent toaster waffles.
I mean, I got angry at my toaster when it was waterproof.
Indeed.
I was trying to get rid of a rat and figured, hey, if it won't get out the tub, I'm just gonna electrocute it in the tub. It'll be fine.
Rail, explain yourself.
Wait. Rail.
Rage against the Toaster for sparing your love.
For oh no, not the oil. Not the oil. Don't put oil in a toaster. That's bad.
Mechanicus jokes.
That's poor use. That's poor use of Mechanicus Prometheum.
Indeed.
We need more holy flames for the holy war against the weird blue-faced alien with a slit in the middle of its face.
So,
Put the white
Storm, I
lithium grease
forget,
in the fucking basket.
does this game have multiple endings, or is it always?
I can't remember.
Okay, so the main ending is not multiple. Certain characters have multiple outcomes.
Praise Zorg.
And pass the ammunition.
Why do I have time powers?
Because
Praise
you...
Zorg and beat him in the face.
Because you got bonus job points from Time Mage just because of how rapidly you were leveling Black Mage.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
What's the end goal for my character? I can't remember what we thought it would be.
I mean, he praises Zorg.
Oh, so we're going weird paladin. Got it.
Yep.
Like, no. For at least a little while, because I still haven't slept since yesterday. Had to get in, build mission.
Zorg will have fire.
Burn, rail. Why? Why did you say that?
Oh wait, no, Zorg
Fire in
won't
the
have
Zorg.
fire. Breakdown denied the fire because he was just a dude and killed the cat instead.
Oh, I will shoot the man who implies that I shot the cat.
I didn't say you shot the cat, I said you killed it.
You stabbed it.
You stabbed the
That's
cat.
That's even worse.
How
You
dare
have
you stab the
insulted
cat?
me to my core.
Why did you stab the cat? Why did you
It's
stab the
because
cat?
it put the poison in his veins.
So, the poison is fun.
Not so fun that, you know...
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not expanding on why I say it's fun.
Yes, the Ox does not endorse,
Any kind of illegal substances of any kind.
Or
If
it- or
implying that I
animal
shot the cat, hurt the cat, or any way. That is a fast way to lose a friend in me.
We
I am more of a cat person than a dog person, but I have the same loyalty as either.
Hey,
the second that we decided we needed to stop doing certain jokes, the second that everyone sets it up, this is irritating. This ain't even fair anymore.
So, what our sweet little misfit is complaining about is that some people are just not as into, you know,
The fun stuff.
into the sexy humor, and so we are trying to be good and not be too spicy for some of our audience.
But my mind is corrupted as much as it could be.
Yes.
You know what? If we do recruit a goblin, we should name him the Godfather.
Quite possibly.
No.
Let's see.
Rail, I'm gonna ask you to stop.
There are times
Save
when
that-
I deeply regret
save
being
that
able to
joke for your
read and
wife.
understand the English language. This is one of them.
You take the Godfather with you to battle. You asked me for this thing.
Remember, folks, always loot the bodies.
Remember, folks, to always double tap. Now to make sure they don't come back as a lich.
This is true.
This is oddly
It's why
specific.
it is very specific because 45 kills the soul.
Yeah.
And
But
9mm removes a lung.
Okay, but you still have a soul. You can get back as a lich. This is wrong. Gotta make sure you stayed out.
Don't you have to destroy the phylactery, though?
That's if they end up becoming a lich. I'm keeping them from becoming the lich.
If
get-go.
the factory is made before they die, they still can become a lich.
Nuke says otherwise, but okay.
Hey guys, we're finally reaching some cool moments. Breakdown is now a monk.
Yahoo!
Look. Look,
How
so
long is a
I'm
wizard?
gonna provisionally agree with Misfit. As long as the nuke covers the totality
Area.
of the circumstances, then yes.
It removes everything. I'm gonna remove every problem.
Indeed.
When in doubt, problem solve.
When in doubt, nuke it out.
No, just problem
Now,
solve.
when in doubt, set it on fire. But explosions.
You
Always
know-
on fire.
Didn't
Just don't
Final
do your
Fantasy
health.
1
Suppress
have
it.
a spell called Nuke?
Yep.
Yes.
Later became Flare. I
Rage
believe.
against the toaster. How
I-
dare you? This is a Christian server.
Yeah, this is
I can't
family
say that.
fucking
I can't
friendly.
say that with a straight face, but that is
We
still
are not a
hilarious.
family-friendly channel. Please let that be made aware right now. We are-
Actually,
we
no. The boss of this server needs to make that decision.
No, he did a long time ago. We are 18 plus.
Yeah, but we're 18 plus family fucking friendly, right?
I thought we had more members than that.
Sorry about
So,
that.
for those who aren't looking
Damn
at
it,
the
Andy.
thing, Storm Song, I need you to read chat. Rage Against the Toaster made something rather hilarious. What I will not
Beyond
say
the
it out loud.
body to assert dominance.
You're grounded, young man.
Rage, you've received grounding. Enjoy.
Now try not to electrocute yourself too much.
No, am I saying? Am I being told to
fun
time
fact,
him out for a
modern
second?
toasters-
Then?
No. I'm just being a dork.
Just making sure. Just let me know
Fun
when you want
fact.
when someone needs to be timed out.
Yes. So you are going to have a temporary change to Time Mage, Mr.
Let's
Hellos.
do
I'll finally be able to keep time.
Yes. The reason
Wait,
for
I just realized that's terrible. I don't understand. Time's a concept that I don't physically understand these days.
yeah, but do you know what you will understand when you're done with it?
What?
Being a summoner and calling on Ifrit, who is the Zorg of this setting.
I get to be the Irons Gone. Understood.
Hang on,
So,
Toaster.
question.
Toaster, you're right. He's not your supervisor, but he is your mom. So he can tell you. what
Wait.
to
No,
Wait,
no,
wait,
no,
stop.
That's Lictor.
no,
That's
Andy,
Lictor.
we're not allowed to say that.
Lictor's the mom, I'm the father. We all know this. And we're leaving it there because there's a joke I'm not resurrecting.
Yeah, we have to kill that
Radio,
joke right
Daddy-O.
now. Damn it, breakdown.
It's technically
Hey,
acceptable.
Daddy-O is a reference. Yes, because Daddy-O is a reference from the 1930s revolving an individual. It is not a sexualized reference in any way, shape, or form.
That was.
I know my
that was a-
slang from the past.
That was a greaser thing. Daddy-O was a greaser thing.
Yes,
Um,
it was.
That and like what do you call them?
Beatnik.
Beatnik, that's the word I was looking for.
I thought it was more of
Beatnik
a
is
greaser
more-
thing.
Beatnik is just a little bit stranger. That's about it.
So,
little
I
bit
have a
further
question,
removed.
Storm Song.
Yep.
Are we going to try and get a calculator?
Eventually. Like that's a later
Got
level
one on
thing.
your phone, is that what you need?
No, it's an actual job in Final
I
Fantasy.
know,
It just
I
means
know.
he's really good at doing weird stuff.
It just means he's good at numbers.
Yes.
He does
Hey,
all of
Everybody
that.
with this number in this specific stat gets screwed.
If Aiden's still in chat, ask him about calculators last night.
Hey, Rage.
It was also a reference to anyone who would crunch numbers for anyone who needed it.
Remember,
that's basically
people,
what I did
numbers
for
are
Aiden
crunchy.
last night. He got angry about it.
Numbers are crunchy,
As
people.
Toaster said, as Toaster once said,
Yeah.
details matter.
They do
Yes.
matter.
Okay, so saving one last time. Okay, so we are all caught up.
Hawk's brand numeric crackers. They're crunchy.
The Linalian Plateau.
Ox brand vanilla wafers. They're piratey.
That
We
sounds
promise
good.
it's not the flavor from a beaver anus.
Ah! The worst part is I know what that's referencing.
I don't, and I don't want to know.
Well, here is an education that you need
Okay, Curse.
for your own
No,
sake.
no,
For your own
no.
sake.
Curse knowledge time.
Curse knowledge time, and this is real, and this is so you know, so you're an informed consumer.
Vanilla flavoring.
Vanilla extract flavoring, which isn't real, comes from a
There are
beaver's.
vanilla flowers.
glands.
The issue is that most of the time
They're too
they
expensive.
use beavers.
Yeah, well, beans, but
This
yeah.
time.
Okay, so
All right,
they guard.
I'm calling bullshit on this, and I'm looking it up, Storm.
Do it. In the meantime,
We're not lying. I wish we were.
they guard this way as well. No route is left to us out of these highlands.
By God of the beavers, I
praise
forgot the
Zord.
layout of my controller.
Then let us lower our weapons and raise the white banner. We gain not by. If I'm to die, I'd sooner do so swinging a sword than swinging from the gallows. I'll not be led away in chains. So yeah, this was the woman we defeated last time, Miliuda, who
All right,
we got dropped the singular hint that that Vigroff is her brother. So she's the sister of the
Yes,
commander of the
Linoleum
Corpse Brigade.
Plateau.
I
Yes,
just finished
Linoleum
looking this
Plateau
up, and I'm
rail.
done with the internet for the day.
What'd you say?
Oh, you realize that we weren't lying?
I'm done with internet for the day. I
Go,
don't
go,
need
go
it.
take a nap, Whacker. You check the cursed facts. You get a break.
Ah, sweet. Man-made horrors beyond my comprehension.
Comprehension. Yeah.
Some
Capitano.
things I could have done without knowing.
Where is
And
Vigriff?
you double-checked
Capitano.
it.
Where? Oh wait, it's your turn. Breakdown. Your character.
Where is Wolgulf? Ah, fuck, I forgot my Kentuckyism. Where is Wolgulf? We have yet to see the tiara.
Tetra. But yes. Tetra,
Yeah.
that Bale girl, Gargaroth took hostage.
Ah, mamma mia.
Breakdown.
I thought I wasn't doing this kick.
Oh, okay.
Rail.
No.
Rail.
Tetra is my sister. No more
Hey.
a Beowulf than you.
Breakdown. It's still your line.
I did.
No, yeah.
No, you have another line.
I am on the Twitch, good sir.
Oh, okay.
No, get
Please,
in Discord.
she's. How else am I gonna reach chat?
Right. He probably can't. Okay.
That's what I'm
Please,
here for.
yeah. Please, she's no value as a hostage. Return her, I beg you. As you nobles return what you take from us, our lives, our dignity, and all else that you have claimed as your own, we ask nothing more than that you return to us what's ours by right. But you deny us even that. You take and take until there's not left. Save your highborn breath, your words are wind, and no amount of howling will see your sister free.
Excuse me.
But I'm not.
Wait a minute.
Mm.
Runs up to Melina,
Praise Lord.
checks under her cape. Taxation is death. I knew it.
It was gotten very crowded.
So Rail's gone. He wanted to put the GPU and PSU in Foxy's PC.
After that
So-
line, it would have been funny. He says, "Oh God, with this proletariat crap, shut up."
Nah. No politics here. Only Zorg. Burn it down.
That in itself is, believe it or not, a politic.
No, it's called militant. I'm militant agnostic. I don't know what to
Still a
believe,
form of politics.
and it makes me angry. No, that's a form of religion, sir.
Ramza goes down center field and hits her for 14 damage with the sword.
Indeed.
Time.
Here comes the time mage. Raise your
Or
hand.
Zorg.
Praise Zorg, everybody. Praise Zorg. Praise Zorg. Praise Zorg.
Remember, it's Z0 RG.
So let me get this straight. You have to invest in several classes before you can basically learn a move where you just windmill around.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Ain't it
swing my
wonderful?
arms around and move towards you, and if you get hit, it's not my fault.
There's nothing more annoying than finding a convoy worth 400,000 in-game currency, and you don't even have a boat yet.
Breakdown's
on
like,
fire now.
yeah. Breakdown's like, oh, you're gonna have to try harder than that. My roommate is a Zorg worshipper.
No, I can't even leave port because I don't even have a boat.
Two Zorg worshippers.
That'll
And
amount to
Breakdown
it.
is dead. Breakdown's down. Oh well.
Breakdown's broke down.
I'm gonna cast Cure. Oh.
This is what happens.
He's 43.
So what's interesting
Oh.
about this area, and where we will be coming back here at some point, is that this is where you can go to capture dragons. This is one of the
I can
locations.
Imagine that.
How dare you?
You see, this is what happens when you make me get off Twitch. That was running good.
You know, do we have a thief character?
The archer will evolve into a thief character.
Gotcha. Because there's, you can start stealing some good loot from some of the bosses.
We mustn't fall. Our struggle is not yet won.
And I believe Aiden has claimed the thief.
Thief skill. I just realized what this game reminds me of. Who saw that? Who saw that series, Grimgar, Fantasy and Ash?
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Remember how dark that fantasy anime is?
Yeah, well, I think it
So
was trying to
great.
hit on to the fact that, like, kind of like add, like, hey, this is how things really would. People would die and such like that.
Why this
A
struggle?
lot of people would die.
To what purpose do you fight?
They also
Have
like
we
to-
wronged you? Have we somehow made you suffer? I do not understand what fuels your hatred. It is enough that you can stand
Wrong.
before me in ignorance of the misdeeds done to us. You may not see the world beyond your high walls, but that does not mean they mark its boundaries. It may well be that you've done no wrong. It is your place in the world that drives my hatred on. You bear the name Beowulf, and that name is my enemy.
Okay, dude.
Oh, good.
How very racist of you. Well, technically elitist, but still.
Technically, that's classist, but okay.
Yeah,
It's more reliant
mean-
to elitist.
well,
What would
except
be a
that
specific...
she's angry that there is an elite, so I would say it's
Yes.
more still strictly classist versus elitist, but I mean we're in the right territory.
Elitist more comes to the fact of you're angry that that lessers are trying to become the betters.
Yeah, but in this case, the green ones are they were kind of like
They were soldiers.
basically like soldiers that were kind of thrown away. Like, hey, we're done with you.
Yeah.
I don't think Evilus has a VA system.
Okay, so when we're doing Wounded Warriors while playing Final Fantasy Tactics,
I mean, not a bad choice. Except that it kind of implies that all the wounded warriors end up turning either into fanatical zealots or demon-possessed warmongers.
I mean, it's not entirely wrong.
Hey!
I'm not saying anything. I said nothing.
Lost my leg in
I'm
the
not
war.
entirely
Praise
wrong
Lord.
either.
Hey, all I said is that it sounds topical.
Do you know what else sounds
Gotcha.
topical? These prices! Oh.
I'm gonna punch you in the back, just like this. Oh.
Well, it's gonna be a wonderful day when I finally stop being able to do this voice. But until then, you shall all suffer.
Oh.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
I cast rage on the goose.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the 1930s.
Oh, when are we doing Goose Game?
Goose Game?
The Goose
This
Game.
game is
Yeah,
too violent
Goose
for
Game.
Twitch.
No, it's not. Don't lie to me.
You,
No, for a
you
fact
dare
it's
ask
not.
us to release that hate onto the world?
Yeah.
You know, it'd
I
be funny if
insist
someone
we
makes.
do.
You know, it'd be funny if someone makes a mod that makes the goose have that like tall geese goose look.
Wait, tall geese as in a tall goose, or tall geese as in the Gundam?
The Gundam. Have you seen the picture of like a goose that's in like tall geese armor?
The correct answer was yes the entire time.
Quite possibly?
Yeah.
I'll try to link it to you or something like that. But yes, because you know the joke is like tall goose.
Mm-hmm.
So someone's like, someone did actually a little animation. I'll link it to you later, where the tall geese is literally a goose in like, you know, the mobile suit armor, going around tearing up Leos, and honking angrily.
You mean like every...
Do not like the Cobra chicken.
I do love the archer in this game that he's just like, yeet!
You saw my face, I must delete it.
I'm behind a wall. Oh!
Like, they're just that level of aim.
Engage the Autobot arrow.
Somebody casts haste on Ramza, cuts to Ramza's dad in heaven. You fucked up. Cuts back to Ramza, and you realize he's a child with hyperactivity disorder.
Okay.
It's vibrating through the floor.
Imagine
Yes,
that
that's
being
what-
a power
that's-
for ADHD. You literally just vibrate so damn hard that you just phase through objects.
All
Okay,
right,
so you become the
youngins.
Flash.
It's story
Isn't that what
time.
happens?
No, no,
okay,
no. You don't get any of
before
the
you
super
before you
speed.
start.
You don't get super speed.
Before you
You
start.
just get to walk through walls.
Okay. Before you start doing the story, I will say this. I can barely focus right now. I don't want to fall asleep on stream. You guys have a great one. Thank
have a good
you
one,
all
Misfit.
who have shown up. Praise Zorg and tolerate no fire extinguishers. Bye.
Zay's
care.
Pork. Wait, what?
So my story is as a young fellow, I had ADHD. That stands for attention deficit hyper disorder.
Hyperactive disorder. But yes.
Yes. My uncle brought over Jolt Cola.
Oh no. I see where this is ending.
Yes. I was so hyperactive that I actually had to sit still.
Yes.
You mean you failed to sit still?
I was rocking back and forth holding my knees.
That is not sitting still.
No, but that's how hyperactive I became. To the point where I had to stop jumping off of the walls and had to sit down because it was like, Jolt Cola made illegal in several states. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't exist anymore.
Kind of reminds me of Vault.
What was it? I
Like
think
Mountain
Jolt
Dew.
Cola had like 4 times more caffeine than Mountain Dew.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
It wasn't 14 times. I don't know why my brain says 14 times.
It was the
more.
problem is it was sold as a soft drink, but it had something more along the lines of like what Red Bull has. It was genuinely an energy drink by legal definition, and I guess the FDA does register such matters.
I don't know if energy drinks were around by then.
They were, but they weren't common, and they were definitely like sold as an athletic thing.
Also,
Energy
whenever
drink should not be allowed in stadiums.
Hmm.
I remember when Red Bull first came out, I'd just be like, huh, the last unicorn.
Wow. That's actually very sad. That makes me sad. The Last Unicorn's a sad movie. You made me sad. Stop making me sad.
Feel this body dying all around me.
Ah, there's one of those screams you talked about.
Yeah, horrifying.
Sometimes with a W.
That's just
Horrify
horror.
wing.
Let's see.
I'm gonna cast haste on the body so that they decompose faster. You know, if you cast haste on the orator, nobody will be able to understand him.
I like that. Bonk.
Maybe that's how they do those little info bits at the end of commercials. May cause diarrhea, upset seven, diarrhea. Take this. Ask your doctor before taking this out.
When you are getting assassinated left and right, and the civvies don't say a damn word, that's a sign that nobody likes you.
Yes.
Someone stabbed Jerry. God, I hated that fucker. He keeps emptying the coffee pot, never replenishes it.
You know the
There's a
rule.
dude
You
who's
break the Joe,
going
you
through
make
our
some
villa.
more.
There's a dude going around our villa beating the ever-loving crap out of the guards. Good.
What are we talking about?
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Are you watching another stream breakdown?
No, I'm playing another stream. In a hotel with very little Wi-Fi.
So at this point, we could win this fight right now, but I'm just trying to hold out to see if those black mages drop crystals.
And get that sweet JP, also known as job points.
Yes.
Or jolt points.
Jolt energy drink. Coming to a war-torn country near you.
Can I upgrade from hourly manager to salary manager? Do you have enough job points? Oh,
Technically,
all right.
technically,
goes
I got
outside.
more job points than you.
All right, fine. I'll get more job points. Goes outside and starts throwing rocks at kids.
Fun fact: that is indeed how you upgrade your job at Walmart.
Welcome to Walmart. Grab your shit and get out. Speechcraft.
Ah, okay. Breakdown's like, no, fucking stop it, whacker!
Stop it!
Stop it, you guys.
I'm telling Ramza.
I'm telling Storm.
Hey,
free
hey.
ability.
If Aiden is still in the stream, do you prefer thunder, fire, or protect? What kind of thief is
not,
he?
And I'm going to answer for him. Fire.
Fire, praise sword. He says thunder, I think. Or who is that?
Yeah,
He said
Aiden.
thunder. He's still there.
Yep.
Dude.
It's an alternative way to praise Zorg.
Dude.
He's screaming thunder.
Dude.
I prefer musket.
Thunder. Thunder.
Musket.
Thunder. Thundercat. Oh!
Okay, I'm just going
You
to
walks across the screen. How dare you call? Oh,
Aiden, son, I am disappointed.
Say,
My
literally
God.
just got
The
back from
timing
being
was-
AFK. The timing was excellent. Excellent, Smithers.
Okay, there we go.
No, I'm not always disappointed. I'm usually
Forgive me.
no. I'm
brother.
not disappointed. I'm amused. There's a strong difference between being amused and disappointed.
Why? Why must it end like this?
Oh yeah,
What am I doing? What have I become?
you've become a misfit.
so question for you guys. How would you think about seeing this game as like a high school play?
I mean...
I mean, if you remove a lot of the violence, it basically is like a high school drama.
in a lot of ways, this is true.
Or maybe it would be more fitting as like a college play. Wait. Community college play.
I forgot how effective just holding a musket is.
How long would that play? Like, not that it would be a one whole play. It would have to be like a bunch of parts.
Yeah, no, because unfortunately, the stylization of story is just such that you really couldn't do a whole lot of the story in the course of a play's amount of time.
You'd have the battles would have to like be like one hit kills or something like that. You know, like
Mhm.
definitely wouldn't have a bunch of the fighting like the game is.
Yo, Eden, dude, chill. Whacker doesn't always disappoint.
A bit spicy.
I do.
He only
frequently.
occasionally disappoints.
I disappoint frequently.
Occasionally at best.
I shall rend your magic and make you impotent. Yes.
Now that's very disappointing. That's a disappointing.
let's see. See, is Whack Daddy learned more? Okay, we have Entice. We have Beast Tongue. He may now entice beasts. Gentlemen, it's time to start recruiting animals.
Yay!
In our cause to destroy the environment.
I shall now increase myself with a pair of cutlasses.
Indeed.
Now, I will say that every map has particular tiles in where treasure is found.
Yeah, that's why some of the characters have the treasure hunter trait.
I found a sword.
I cannot believe I forgot how
found
to
the
do my
shield.
Kentuckyisms a while ago.
I
I am
found
slightly
a rock.
disappointed in myself.
It's okay, we still love you.
The real treasure that we found was, of course, friendship and fire.
And this gun we found.
Well,
And
yeah,
my Gatling.
I'm gonna turn
My
you
Gatling
into
in
a
20
toad.
millimeter.
Okay. Okay, Storm Song is going to take a short bio break, and then we will move on to the next part of this story.
I am also going to take a quick bio break. That
Yes.
sounds like a good idea.
We will be right back, ladies and germs.
Insert jazz music.
Eden. I'm going to start calling you the Snake of Eden because, goddamn. No, he always disappointed in me. My dude. Eden, you hateful little man. Yay, more shanties. What you gonna do with a drunken sailor? What you gonna do with a drunken sailor? What you gonna do with a drunken sailor early in the morning?
Breakdown, stop! You'll get the stream hit
when
with a
up she
DMCA hit.
rises, way, hey. For a song that's from the 1700s. Yeah, sure. Way,
Yes!
and up she rises early in the morning.
The dead pirates will raise up and give us a community guideline strike.
Sir, this song is older than all of us combined, with room left over to spare.
You best be believing in community guidelines. You be living in one.
You're in one. How many bells does a church need? The answer is more.
Ring a ding ding a ding ding a ding ding. Banana phone.
Boop, boop, a doop, a doop.
Way,
My sister-
hey, and up she rises. Way, hey, and up she rises.
Question: do you know what keel hauling is?
Actually, I do.
I
It is
do as well.
extremely painful, and
And
it's extremely
horrifying.
graphic.
Yes.
Did
It
you
revolves
watch
rope,
the-
barnacles, and a ship in motion.
Did you? No, it doesn't have to be in motion. Did you guys watch the Stars Black Sail series?
No. Stars?
Yes. Stars, STARZ, the HBO affiliate or whatever. They did the Spartacus series. They've done a whole bunch of shit.
Oh no. I have seen Pirates of Blackwater though. Well, that was a long time ago. I
So
barely remember
Google
shit.
Black Sails when you're off. There's actually a scene where they keel haul. It's actually Blackbeard, but they take a
Oh, I
lot
think
of
I see it.
liberties and shit like that. But they keel haul Blackbeard. It's pretty gruesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Storm Song has returned. And so too...
Stop talking about keel hauling.
No, keep talking about keel hauling. It's my favorite subject.
No. Storm Song, do you actually know what keel hauling is?
I don't remember the exact process, but it's a really horrible way to kill someone.
Yeah.
Basically, you drag someone behind a boat and the water like tears your skin off.
Yeah.
Actually,
that's-
the literal
Okay,
phrase
wait,
is you
yeah.
kick them off the front of your boat. It has to be the
No.
front specifically.
No. What they do generally is
Okay, before we continue on the keel hauling subject, why have you
Yeah.
kidnapped this girl? This one's you, Whacker.
which one am I reading?
Gargaroth.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna do the nasally. Well, we had to take a hostage, and you see there was no other way to escape.
Then why not release her once you are clear of your pursuers? Do not tell me this madness has taken even you.
I'm no Gustav, if that is what you fear. Think, Wegraf, we've lost this greater part of our number, and the Northern Order draws upon us from all sides. She is of Beowulf blood. 100 swords, 1,000 could not buy our freedom with such ease.
So we fly. What then? Know you some happy haven in which we may alight? If we flee, they win once more, as they have always won. We must make for our children a fairer future than the past you and I have known. They must not suffer as we do. The stone we cast might raise only the smallest of waves, but see how they crash upon the shore. Waves rich with our blood. Then you order... Oh, sorry.
Then you order us to our deaths?
If by our deaths a single drop of noble blood should water the earth, they shall not be in vain.
Foolishness. The only blood the earth will drink will be our own.
It's no bother, but what about my sugar?
The remainder of our forces should yet be safe in our fastness at Zikden. We must rejoin them. Together we have strength to strike.
And if they're already dead,
Miluda? Slain? Impossible. The company which slew her must approach even now. Your orders, Commander? We quit this place at once. We shall make for our fastness at Zikden. The girl will be left here, Gargaroth. The northern sky is upon us! They attack! They waste little time. I shall hold them off here, Gargaroth. You will take the others and make for Zikden.
I will run, yes, but I do not mean to die.
The most disappointing part of Black Flag. Follow the leader and fetch quests.
Okay.
I can't wait to hurry up and get on the goddamn boat.
I didn't realize that we pronounced Wegraf or Wygraf right. Possibly Weigraf if we're going German about it. Or the Graf.
What about Minecraft?
Minecraft! Your faces are known to me. Your faces are known to me, but I did not know that you would one day kill my sister. Miluda deserved a better death. They did not even send proper knights to kill her. She was your sister. I am sorry. I will not flee before her murderers. I'll avenge Miluda's death or die in the trying.
It's Matilda. Let's get it right.
Gasp! They have a chocobo. We're gonna die.
So the funny thing is, that chocobo will live through this battle even if we kill him. Because...
Think about what you just said.
No,
Oh.
I know.
Even though we kill him.
Because that is a named character. Boko is the chocobo we will find later in the forest.
Oh,
Now we don't
damn! I never knew that.
we don't know if this was a like mistake in something or here we are. Or if it was just like they did it intentionally, but it is in fact the same character.
It'd be funny if this isn't really the chocobo belongs to the army unit, but it's just like this farmstead's chocobo that they've kind of been like, yeah, just let him out.
It's the chocobo from the hero's party from a different realm.
Hey, Breakdown, are you able to see the words?
My sister, Pietra, we will soon set you free. I'm on Twitch, so I got a delay.
That's fine. Your sister, then you are Beowulf, yes? He is not.
How dare you insult me?
If it is a Beowulf you seek, address yourself to me. So, Gargaroth Azad, surely the girl must have some connection with House Beowulf? You draw no distinction between our house and those who deal with us. Should I? Well, matters not. There was no question as to her release. We make no habit of holding hostages. But first we've a score to settle. You will see her free, if you live to see aught at all.
Sister, I shall smack you in the head. Oh wait,
The
wrong
North
guy.
Swains
You!
strike.
I will smack you in the head.
So we have now gotten to a guy who can shoot energy jolts with his sword. Because... this.
This is why. This is why Deleting needs to learn Holy.
Fuck off, chicken.
So, by rushing Breakdown into the middle of the fight, I actually made him the biggest danger, because he's counter-tackled everyone thus far with the martial arts ability of... Yeah, now he'll go down, but we'll raise him momentarily.
40 damage. Yowzes.
I will go down in history.
Oh, I'm gonna give you such a pinch.
Oh, speaking of,
Hey.
in any event, sorry Boko, we'll be friends later.
Throw a rock at me an arrow.
Quite a throw.
I'm gonna hit you with my copper sword.
Cyclone Punch. So an interesting thing about the monk maneuver punches is that you do not get to counter them. Because while they are physical damage, they have the affectation of a spell in the sense of, like, what can or cannot counter them. So
Even
he's
the
gonna-
PS1 even the PSP doesn't have enough power to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I done goofed.
It's okay. We still love you.
Here you go, Breakdown. Gonna give you a Phoenix down.
That was way too good. That was way too on point.
Ramsa sounds like Goofy from now on.
Don't you dare.
Oh, yuck. We shall make the Black Knight look goofy.
You seen that comic where Goofy's playing a part of Han Solo, and Max is playing a part of Kylo Ren.
No.
God, I hope I could find it. I should probably send it to you.
Yeah. So okay, so yeah, no, this is a sign it's intentional. Notice that Boko cannot reduce to 0.
Ah.
The others can. Judgment Blade! Which some in the industry would call a dick move.
I call it Raid Shadow Legends.
What for my dude?
Ramza is the best heal bot.
You mean the best heal bitch?
That's true too.
So, you know how they, like, sell phoenix feathers?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they have a factory farm full of phoenixes in this world?
Yep. They pluck them while they're alive.
It's just one poor and misfortunate phoenix that just has a chronic case of molting.
No. It's like a chicken farm, except they breed them that fast, and then they just, when they're old enough, they just take them through and they fucking shave them.
I mean, that does make sense. The worst part is imagining that if it's Phoenix Down, then there might be Phoenix Down pillows.
Yep.
Yeah, as a kid, I always thought it meant, like, phoenix down, like the direction down. Only later I was like, oh, down.
Yeah, like down feathers,
again.
yep.
Yeah.
Dreaming with feathers of angels stuffed beneath your head. The
Yes.
regulators swinging pendulum.
Is that a poem?
No, that's the song by shit, who is that? Clutch. It's by Clutch.
Hmm.
I cast magic with my sword.
I cast Ignition.
I have to admit, I always liked the idea of, like, spell blades.
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to play a character that, like, could, like, enchant his blade with the element that he needed.
Yes.
I don't think they have such thing like that in D&D or Pathfinder. The closest thing is, like, Magnus, and you have to apply the touch spell.
They had a lot of them in D&D 3.5. Like the Dusk Blade, the Hex Blade, Spell Sword. There were a few others. Abjuran Champion, that was another cool one. Although that was less about the spell on the blade and more that they were like masters of, what do you call it?
Masters of the Universe?
No, they could use abjuration magic so well that like when they did a common shield spell, it would like boost people's AC by a full suit of armor's worth. Yes. Raise.
Swords and sorcery, but they're
you get
advanced
in
enough
my
to use
way.
swords and sorcery, but they're advanced enough to develop eye drops.
Cyclone it is.
Oh, yeah. Just pick up a dead person's crystal and just shove it into your head.
Yep.
Huh. So you know how they have people who make a bit, like, they make their living out of, like, going through battlefields?
Yeah, looters, essentially.
Yeah, some little kid going around just picking up people's skills and ramming it into his head.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to throw potions! Too bad I'm too poor to afford potions.
Yeah, so, as you can see, Mr. Vigraf is extremely dangerous, as Even as we massacred his party, he rather single-handedly massacred us.
You didn't grind enough,
Yes.
but you are skipping a bunch of free skills.
Yep.
Nothing is free, as you'll soon learn.
You're right. It only cost them their lives.
That is indeed a cost.
A cost I gladly pay.
All right,
Some of
there,
you
super
may,
villain.
some of you may lose your lives, but that's a cost I'm willing to pay.
Oh God,
bad-
she's hideous. Gods, gods.
Too bad
What
you
you
can't
talking about?
Sparta
Only
boot him
donkey.
off the edge.
I might well at some point.
Eye contact is instantly falling in between frames. He is unable to board his own boat.
Oofta.
I am a knight of the highest order. Everybody just starts throwing rocks at him and laughing. Stop it! I'm a knight! God damn it, this is embarrassing.
Yep. Lay down your arms, Vigriff. What end will more death serve? What end did my sister's death serve? We did not set out to kill her. This quarrel need not be settled by the sword. Let us treat, and persist not in this bloodshed. You see it not. The reason we hold fast to our steel? What advantage might I hope to enjoy at the treaty table, and who would set a seat for me there? You? Even were it in your power, your brothers would never heed any agreement we might reach. My brothers do not want this fight. Sit down your sword, Vigriff, and my brothers will treat with you. No spoony bard could spin a sweeter tale. You say your brothers do not want this fight. 'Tis then, for the world you see is one beyond my weary sight.
Here's then.
Bitch, that's cold.
You would have me believe my brothers plot at war?
Your brothers not only plot at war, but they play at war.
Callow child, the hands that guide history's reins are ever black with blood. Think you Dice Dog's hand more just? A new justice is born and dies on the lips of each man who would pronounce it. Do not mock my brothers!
Now there is a portfolio that you can reach in the game between battles that tells you about characters and such that you never even see in the game.
Yes.
I think there's a little baby that you want playing the game.
Yeah, and in fact, that he's gonna be the... We never get to see him, and he is the reason all of this shit is happening.
What, the infant? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a prince who is too young to inherit, and his sister is considered not entirely legitimate. And so then there will be much blood spilled over who rightly inherits.
Again, I really should, just do a lot of research on the War of the Roses and probably a bunch of the other wars, like the 100 Years' War and such.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dear Seeker,
It's-
what's your opinion on this game so far?
No, it's interesting history, but it's an extremely loose.
Oh yeah, like it's worth noting that
Yeah. Like there are some parallels, but not nearly as much as you might think.
Well, I say that because whenever I see things like this genre, usually it's quoted that they've done some reading up on the War of the Roses and such. So
Oh, definitely inspired by, but so like I would say it's still worth getting into the Wars of the Roses and the what do you call it, the 30 Years War, but yeah, it's not like this is a
No, it's the 100 Years War.
yeah.
100
The War of
Years War was England and France.
Well, so the thing there is the 100 Years War specifically concerned England and France, which in this is represented by the 50-year war coming to an end. This is the War of the Roses, or the War of the Lions, as they're calling it in this, which happens after, what's it called?
The 100 Years War.
After the 100 Years War causes England as a country to start breaking apart.
Well, it was more of a succession crisis that spawned it. When you said 30 Years War, that was Germany and
Yeah.
post the Reformation and all that stuff.
golly, he really is taking it to you.
So the 100 Years War basically ended with Henry V and his son, who was moderately fucking insane. And because he was moderately fucking insane, and because England was starting to lose so badly in the 100 Years War, at the tail end of it, it caused the succession crisis, which led to
The 30,
War of
or
the
the Wars of the Roses. Yeah, sorry. I was about to say 30
Yeah.
Years War again in my brain. So brief pause.
Correct.
You fight well, boy. Forgive me, Maluda, but there's too much left undone for me to lay down my life now. Wygrif, wait. Who do you think sent Gustav to kidnap Marquis Elmador? It was none other than your lord brother Dicedog, with Lord Zalbag's approval, to be sure. Absurd, why would Dicedog do such a thing? The lions vie for power in the void left by the king's death. I speak, of course, of Larg the White and Goltana the Black. Each hopes to learn who may be counted as a friend and who as foe, but such things are not easily read. Is ye to rid yourself of those whose loyalty is uncertain and install others to rule in their stead? I fear Gustav fooled that he was tired of our rebellion and was taken by the silver tongue of your dear brother Dysontarg. Lies! No Beowulf would ever do such craven as this. Do not take my word for it. Judge their actions for yourself. Very well, young Beowulf. Teleport! Mycref, coward, you insult my name and flee in the same breath.
No, he breathed in between. I heard him.
Confessions of a Ladder Maker says something about Lone Star. But why the Lone Star?
Only Lone Star would dare give me raspberry.
It's a Winnebago with wings.
Yeah. Now, where this game does borrow some from the 30 Years' War is more to do with the attempts of the church to either assert power over government or hold on to power within government. But that's the only real connection there.
That's like a real distance.
Yeah. Because the 30 Years' War wasn't even really that. It was merely, to some degree, caused by that. That was like the kindling before the flame. The flame was something else.
It was a symptom.
Yeah. Tietra.
The 30 Years' War was not a cause, it was a symptom of
Yeah.
Reformation and
Yeah.
everything that was going on in Germany and the modern German area at the time.
Yeah. So, Tietra, where are you? She's not here. Where have they taken her? Vygrif has lied to us. Come to Lady, we must hurry to Ziekden. Tietra is there, I am certain of it. Why is this happening? Why Stormza? Why Tietra? I'm sorry, Talita.
Oh. Jog my memory. Who was Stormza?
Ramza. We named him Stormza because I'm Stormsong. I'm one of those guys that I like to play the game with the character's actual name, but they kept saying, "No, use Stormsong," and I'm like, oh, fine. We'll meet in the middle. So let's see what we learn.
I approve of the Stormza name.
Indeed.
Hello.
Can you hear us? Can we hear you, Andy?
I kind of it sounded like I asked who was Stormza again, and it was just a pause.
Oh, okay. So what I said was that I like to play games with the characters' actual names, so I rarely change them. But they wanted me to play it as Storm Song, so I changed it out to Stormza.
Oh, Stormza is Ramza's name.
Yes.
Okay. I thought Storm was like, was there another person that was killed or something like that? I don't remember that.
No, this is us imposing ourselves in the game.
Sorry about that. My foolishness.
Quite all right. You have, my good sir, proven yourself time and again to be an amenable ally, and so I shall not hold it against thee.
I'll hold it against you, but it's just funny.
That's true. So we now come to the most broken thing in the game. Chakra.
Chakra.
Hey, Breakdown, you just acquired the most broken ability in the game.
He's asleep.
Uh-oh. Someone's off to Sleepy Time Junction.
Huh? What?
Oh, your character just learned the most broken ability in the game.
Sleep.
No, it was,
Chakra.
Chakra. Basically, heal and regenerate magic for essentially nothing but a turn.
I still prefer sleep.
This is fair.
That was a mystery.
Sleep
spell.
is a great spell, and it comes in a pinch.
Okay, so...
Did you put your memory stick in?
Yes.
Oh boy, here we go.
So... this battle is a shit show. As
I'm sure everything's gonna work out.
As Andy put it, the incident is about to happen. Back whence you came, quick as shadows, or this one's blood makes crimson snow. Do not think to try my patience. This keep packs such a store of powder as you could scarce imagine. More than enough to deliver the lot of you to the farthest keeping, should your feet lack proper haste. The order of the northern sky yields not before the braying of rogues. Lord brother, Argath! Titra! Delita! Oh, right. We gave this character to you, Whacker.
You should withdraw at once. I'll not warn you again.
This changes nothing, Argath. Loose your attack. Yes, my
Put
lord.
lotion on the skin, or it'll get the hose again.
Yes, my lord.
Lone Star.
Gods have mercy. Delita, I'm sorry. Teatra. Lord Commander, more enemies scale the pass. 2 mayhap 3, a man of Wygraph's look moves among them. Very well. We go to greet them at once. I leave the rest to you, Argath. Curse the lot of you. Teatra. And where do you presume to go, Delita? You whoreson dog. It is to be a fight, then? I'm only too happy to oblige. Zalbek, Dog, how good you? Come, I will show you that common blood makes naught but a common man.
Storm,
Yep.
you're going to leave him for last, and you are going to prolong his suffering as much as you can.
Assuming I could even control Delita, but yes.
You can't?
No, Delita's an NPC.
Oh, in this fight he is?
Yeah, in all the previous fights too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Shit.
Yeah. I actually heard a lot of speedrunners kill off some of the NPCs because they're so, they like randomly do things sometimes. As odd as that sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Not for speedrunning, that's not odd.
Mm-hmm. Anslet, Eldred, and Cuthbert, I will remember their names. Their master, however, shall not. Yeah, so Delita is basically in a berserk rage and will pretty much only go for Argath at this point. Why did you do it, Argath? What moved your hand? Your lord brother's orders, Storms, or what else? Would you have us kneel before them and offer up the order's honor in exchange for the life of some common wench? She was Delita's sister.
How dare you call my sister common?
Is it not time you woke to the fact that we are different from them? They are lesser birth, and so meant to play a lesser role in life. Such is the nature of fate, Stormza. That commoner and his sister ought never have gotten or been here at all. Had they been mongering flowers on some street corner, she would yet live.
Mongering flowers on a street corner. Kind of like another tragic female character from a Final Fantasy game.
Mm-hmm. It would not surprise me if that reference was rather intentionally direct.
Oh, they already did the Spoony Bard thing.
Mm-hmm.
Spoony bird, tra la 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 la.
So I just took the fastest character and made him faster, because why the fuck not?
Oh, you didn't, you missed.
Aww. Hey, fun fact, Black Mage, your magic will hit you too now.
I shall cast Shell on myself to prevent that from happening.
I forgot that beneficial spells can miss sometimes. He must have low faith?
Sometimes. It's more like, at this low of a level.
No, he's 61. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Ow.
I can't remember all the mechanics of it yet.
I don't think the Time Wage has low faith.
No? We shall see.
Bam! Quit hitting yourself. Quit hitting yourself. Ooh, that was a quick cast.
What did I do?
Mm-hmm. Died rather quicker than I anticipated.
How dare you assume that I died?
What of you, Stormza? Why do you now raise arms against us? To turn your blade on us is treason. You would turn your cloak and name yourself a traitor to the Order of the Northern Sky. But the Order would never forgive what you've done. Does your naivety know no end? How ironic is fate. One such as you would be born Beowulf.
The Order was a whore.
A hoarder, as it were.
I keep thinking he has a crossbow. Oof.
Make your peace with gods, Argath. You die by my hand. My birth was not my choosing. Spare me the bleeding. You are no sheep. You are Beowulf, self-chosen or not. Yours is a line of champions, of lords among men. To do great deeds is your destiny, and your duty as well. Much is there that cannot be done, save by your hand. It falls to you to see it so, to act where we cannot. I will not be made a puppet.
You said duty.
You, a puppet? Don't be absurd. The puppets stand before you, Stormza. Long have we danced for House Beowulf, that it might reign on history's stage, a dance that serves our ends, to be sure. The Beowulf name is our shield, behind whose aegis we've long thrived. It is the way of things. People are used, and use others in turn. How do you think you came to be where you are? You are loath to be used, yet you fain use others, even your so-called friend, Delita. What do you mean?
Don't insult my friend.
Delita, you're hurt. Speak not to me. When Argath falls, my vengeance turns on you, Stormza. Delita.
I hate you, and I loved you.
You like a sister.
I'm a boy.
You're still a sister.
Here, I'll heal you. That's a alchemist throwing potions
God
joke.
damn it. How many more fetch quests? Just please put me on a boat and let me go.
Wait.
Oh, this is so arsenine. I appreciate all the exposition. Game, come on.
Just stand still.
I cast stop.
You play the White Knight, but I'd feed panthers on the plain, save you'd see some use in me. Don't be absurd. I would never turn my back on a man beset. Then you'd best learn to start. Many a trap-sprung lion would sooner have his savior for a meal than for a friend. Does it grieve you, Delita, to see the depths of your own weakness laid bare? No mere commoner can leave his mark on history. You've not the power. Be glad you know enough to lament it. 'Tis all you can do, and more than you deserve. Is your forked tongue done flitting? What I'd hear from your lips are not words. Laughter, then? Be not so hasty, Delita. You'll hear that soon enough, when you are on your way to your dear sister's side. I'll not be told what I will do or when, not by you or any other.
I keep forgetting how objectively of a shit human being Argath is.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
haven't. Because Argath keeps getting worse.
Yep. He starts off reasonably like, okay, I mean, he has some weird thoughts, but not a bad guy, and then he's just like, nope, this is objectively a trash human being.
Oh, I'm going to give you such a pinch.
On that note, gentlemen, I am reaching mental fatigue. I am going to sign out.
Have a good one, bro.
Take care, Breakdown.
Later, man.
Okay,
You
so
can tell this is an important battle by the fact that not many people are making jokes.
yep.
Chakra.
There we go.
Boom, chakra, chakra.
Boom, shlock, lock, boom.
Yeah, sorry for
forget.
lack of commentary, folks, but this really is one of those battles.
Yeah. And you know, you can't, as much as you'd want to, you can't do a Phoenix down on Petra.
Is Delita's got his own inventory he's pulling those potions from, right? He's not poaching off of our stuff.
Oh no, it's our stuff.
That bastard.
Aiden's archer is being a Chad right now.
Alright, Time Mage, you missed twice so far. No, don't cast fire on Tetra's corpse! God damn it!
Some people want to be cremated.
Oh, I don't think that'll be a problem.
Oh yeah, I forgot it had a damn area of effect.
Yep.
It is kind of broken.
Mm-hmm. You broke my
Oh.
armor.
God, that's one of those annoying things that knights have, just armor destruction.
Yep.
Especially later on when you have like legendary armor and some asshole breaks, it's like, no, I'm restarting.
Yep. Okay, well, at least he hit that time.
I got guys. I'm gonna hit you with the sword. Oh. Time for go to bed now. No, stop.
Well, that was Delita's helm, so I wasn't... I mean, I might have gotten it back, but it was a spare at this point. It was already accounted for in the
yeah.
logistics.
Now imagine if you were like, yeah, I'm just going to unequip everything off of Delita before this battle. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'm too much of a role player to pull shit like that.
Bam. Ba ba da ba. Kind of would have been funny if he leveled up and he did that dance.
Yeah, it becomes very appropriate in certain scenes.
Just watch my sister die. Actually, one day, I love building terrain, like wartop terrain. I would love to build like set pieces based on all the tile sets of
Hmm.
this game.
One thing that's really cool about that is when you see the cutscenes, you actually see how much bigger this area is than what the game could like originally show us.
Oh yeah. I wonder what the typical dimensions are. It's like 20 by 20 maybe.
Something like that.
Which wouldn't really. Well, if for a 5 versus 5, yeah, that's plenty.
Well, he blew himself up again, but that's
Good
not.
job! Good job, time mates! Good job!
Yep.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I'm just playing. He has 80 HP still?
Well, he's almost been the least hit person in this battle up to this point.
That's true. He is a conniving, cowardly snake in the grass.
Yep. And other things that we won't say in public.
Sister killer.
He's a stupid farty butt poop face.
Oh, God! Oh, whack here.
I had to say it.
I almost wish you left an enemy alive so that, like, you get more dialogue after, Argus dies.
Hmm.
Or does the mission end once he dies?
I don't remember. I think the mission ends when he dies.
Because I would think that, yeah, that's probably so. Because I would think Delita would immediately come after your ass, but,
Mhm. Well, Delita is also speaking in rage. Like, you kind of get the distinct feeling he doesn't really mean it. Or at least in the moment, maybe he meant it, but he didn't mean it later.
yank him!
Okay.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Or maybe he's making the Flintstones foot noises.
And Breakdown got to kill Shitface McFuckup.
Pretty good.
No, not at the hands of Milksop Rabble.
The battle is won! Here's your rewards!
The battle is won.
Yes. Okay, and
You
here
know-
we get a cutscene.
Yeah, she had stars over her. You still got a chance to save her.
I'm sorry, Delita.
Remember what Gorgorath said? Enough power to see us all to the Father.
We must away. Delita. Delita. I had lived my life the only way that I had known. But when the pillars of that life came crashing crashing down. I did not stand and watch them fall. I turned and walked away.
Yeah, when I saw Delita standing in the fires, I kind of wanted to start humming the Sephiroth theme, but I don't think that would have been appropriate.
Yeah. And so, again, a year later, back to the beginning of our story. What's this, Stormza? Do you know him? He carries the princess with him. They'll not be able to travel far. You mean to give chase? What else? I will not return to the crown in shame. Well, you'll have no help from us. Our agreement said not of this. I would not accept your help if you offered it. True Knight is all too eager to set right what he has let go amiss. The Lion's Guard will serve the king's justice. Lavian, Alicia, we leave at once. Elder Simon, you are unharmed? I believe you were Elder Simon Dwacker?
Yes, I'm fine. What of the princess?
She is taken, I am sorry. But you may put your fears to rest. We go to rescue her.
No, don't do that. It would only hurt. So don't do that.
Your worry will find no purchase with me. A knight is oath-bound to render aid. I want to go with you. I'll be no trouble to you, I swear it. Nonsense, Stormza. This is no concern of ours. I must go. I must know if it is truly him. The boy, eh? Well, there it is. Gods know where this path leads us. Chapter 2. The Manipulative and the Subservient.
I need to BRB. I need to get my stuff out of the oven.
So joining our party now is Lad, Alicia, and Lavienne. Long term, we're keeping Alicia and Lavienne because of a story beat, or an important story beat with them. Okay.
Now, I have a question. I specifically remember this happening like when one of the first times I played it, and I swear that in the beginning when Delita is kidnapping the princess and someone runs up to stop him, he flips him off. I swear I saw that happen.
I think somebody made a fan animation of that.
This was like long ago.
I don't recall that being in the game though. Maybe.
Like this is original PS1 I'm talking about. But
yeah,
still, it's
in the original PS1 he says blame me or blame yourself or God, and then rides off,
Yeah.
which feels like a middle finger.
Well, I wonder if it's one of those things. It's like you remember. I don't know why I would remember that, but it's just like it must not be true because I played it several times and I've never seen it again. It'd be funny if that's like they programmed that in to be like one in like 100,000.
Yeah, I mean they've done things like that before. Anyways, thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be the end of our tale for today.
What a tale it was.
Yes, so if you'll stick with us for the evening, tonight we will have, let's see, I believe Drexic after us, playing Mech Warrior, and then later this evening, Shrek will be doing some late-night gaming with, I believe, some more of Gears Tactics. And so, thank you for coming, and also remember, thanks for taking part in this, and the blame for it. We are the Ox, and we hope to see you again around 7 o'clock Central Time. Oh wait, 6 Central Time? 6 Semper Tyrannus? I'm lost. 7 Central Time. All right.
Later.
Y'all have a good one. In the words of our friends... Well, wait. Andy, say goodbye to the lovely people.
Goodbye to the lovely people.
Whacker.
I need my pills because it's time for a nap and
In any event, in the words of ODST Bag, yeet!